vision for safety and health program is moral, legal and economic. For the government objective of OSHA, they aim at assuring that every working person is provided with safe and helpful working condition. It also to preserve nation's greatest asset, its human resource, and constant review of legislation and regulation by Ministry of Human Resource will ensure there are standards for safe working environment for all employees. The Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994. They passed by Malaysian Parliament in October 1993, gazetted on February 24, 1994, umbrella legislation in respect of safety and health. Current legislation in Factories and Machinery Act 1967 maintained as technical aspect of safety legislation, and in event of conflict between OSHA and other safety legislation, then OSHA shall prevail. The objective of the Act: secure safety, health and welfare of persons at work, protect persons and place of work other than persons at work against risk to safety or health, promote occupational environment for persons at work adapt to psychological needs, and provide ways to replace laws with system of regulations and approve industry codes of practice to maintain or improve standard of safety and health.
Alright, I will continue with the scope of the Act. These acts are applicable to all persons at work in all organizations. It is also for public services and statutory authority, but the Act are excluded to those working on board ships and armed forces. Continue with National Council for Occupational Safety and Health. This Act provides for establishment of National Council. It is consisting of 12 to 15% that appointed by Minister. It is representing of employers, employees, government and organization or professional bodies. This council may conduct investigation and submit recommendation with regards to legislation, administration or enforcement of Act. It may also make recommendation to foster tripartite cooperation or on special problems. For the general duty of employers, duty of every employer to ensure safety, health and welfare at work of all employees includes provision and maintenance of safe plan and systems of work, ensuring safe and healthy use or operation, handling, storage, and transport of plant and substances. Have to provision of information, instruction, training, and supervision to ensure safety and health at workplace. Employers also have to do maintenance of safe work condition and provision and maintenance of access and exit. Employees have to provision and maintenance of adequate facilities for employee welfare. Last but not least, the duty of employees are also required to formulate written statement of policy with respect to safety and health. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tejali and now I want to continue our slide, which is general duty of designer, manufacturer and supply. The person who design the plan for manufacture, import or supply use at work shall ensure the plan design and construct to be safe and without any risk to health when properly used. Before the plan is start to use, a designer also need to carry out the necessary tests to ensure that safety of plan. Designer also need to ensure the adequate information about use and any condition necessary to ensure that it will be safe. Any person who contravene this part of art shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 20,000 ringgit Malaysia or to imprisonment not exceeding 2 years or both. Next slide. General duty of employees. Duty okay. Employee must take all reasonable care for safety of himself, and employee also need to care about others who may be affected by his act or omission at work. Employee also need to cooperate with employer or other person in discharge of any duty or requirement imposed by art. Employee need to wear or use all time any protective equipment or clothing provided by employer to ensure that when walking is safe. The important thing is employee must be comply with any instruction or measure on occupation safety and health. Any employee who contravene above shall on conviction be liable to a fine not exceeding 1,000 ringgit Malaysia or to imprisonment not exceeding 3 months and above or both. Next slide. Safety and Health Organization. The minister empowered to order a medical surveillance and medical examination to be carried out in any of industry which industry is have many chemical will harm our health. The employer also will choose the competent person to act as safety and health officer, which employee can follow the rule and have a responsibility to ensure every person safety and health. Okay. The employee will work of provision of art and promote the safety at workplace. Okay, that's all for my presentation. So now I will pass my presentation to my team member. Thank you.
Hey everyone, I'm Seelan from Group 9. Okay, I'm going to continue about the duties of Safety and Health Committee. Okay, their responsibilities involves reviewing the measures to ensure the safety and health of an employee at workplace. They should also carry out investigation if a member from the committee or an employed person consider it is a risk to health or is unsafe to work. They should also able to resolve any matter regarding that, and in case they are unable to do so, they should request the DG to undertake his inspections. Okay, moving on to notifications of accidents. Alright, an employer shall notify the nearest safety and health office regarding any occupational disease, occupational injuries, dangerous occurrence, or even occupational poisoning. And any registered medical officer, such as doctors, who is attending a patient who is believed to be suffering from any occupational disease should also report to the DG of OSHA. Alright, moving on. Okay, now prohibition of use prohibition against use of plants or substances. Okay, the DG of OSHA may prohibit any plant or substances which in his opinion is likely to affect a person's health at a workplace. So it means any prohibited plant and substances by OSHA should not be in contact with any employee at any workplace because it may cause risk to them to their health. Okay, moving on. Industry code for practice. All right. The minister may approve industry codes to be introduced as requirements of provisions of Act. All right. These industrial codes consist of codes, standard rules, specification or provisions, or even documentations which is published by any authority which is related to safety and health, occupational safety and health. Alright, so that is all from me. Thank you.
In OSHA, we have enforcement and investigation. SH officer empowered to enter, inspect, examine, investigate, take sample measurement, or photograph at any place of work. SH officer also empowered to require any person to be examined by a doctor, where officer is opinion that a plant has caused danger to safety and health. He may cause it to be dismantled or subject to any process of it for the purpose examining and use it as evidence in any proceeding for an offense under the Act. There's a three cause of accident in OSHA. Number one is change accuracy, number two is unsafe condition, and number three is unsafe acts. Change accuracy is like accident that just happened due to bad luck or misadventure and beyond control of anyone and cannot be prevented. It's something like we go to somewhere and there's have a landslide. It's something that nature we can prevent the landslide, right? Number two is unsafe condition that may be major cause of accident. There's something like we drive and that time has a rainy day, then maybe there's a slippery road, then that can because the measure of the accident. Number three is unsafe acts. The action by people that are unsafe and that contribute to accident. There are something like behavior of the human. Something like someone drive and they maybe sleepy. That because the behavior human. The accident is because of the human. Okay. Therefore, the employee who has tendency to be involved in accident and get injured.
In order to protect the safety of employees, companies should focus on preventing common accidents. For example, to preventing lifting and material handling accidents, preventing machinery accidents, preventing fall, preventing hand tool accidents, preventing electric stove and others. The company emphasis on accident prevention is very effective in enhancing employee trust in the company. The most basic method of accident prevention can depend on 3 E. They say engineering, education, and enforcement. The company's safety plan should focus on the 3 E, and senior management should also provide adequate support. The safety office must always keep a record of the incident and conduct accident investigation technical to improve the prevention of continual accident. The health program is also an important part. Company can organize health and wellness programs to help employees manage stress at the work. It can also solve the problem of disabuse and violence in the workplace. A good working environment and a healthy mental state are very important for an employee. And the company should integrate importance to the occupational safety and health of the employee.